If you're looking for a job right now, you might be wondering why it's so hard to find one. You might have heard that there's a labor shortage, that employers are desperate for workers, and that there are more jobs than applicants. But if that's the case, why are you still struggling to get hired?
If everybody's comments on my LinkedIn, my TikTok, and my YouTube videos is an accurate reflection of what's going on in the marketplace, it seems to be the common theme. Getting a job is damn hard. And why the heck is that?
The job market over the past few years has been a roller coaster, from the mass layoffs at the start of the pandemic to the great resignation to now another wave of layoffs and hiring freezes. Yet at the same time, we keep hearing about labor shortages and job openings. On the surface, it seems like the job market is booming, with nearly 10 million openings as of June 2022, according to Bureau of Labor Statistics. But those numbers can be deceiving. Despite high numbers of vacancies being reported, job seekers are still finding it extremely difficult to land a position. This contradiction is known as the paradox of the job market. There are several factors that contribute to this paradox. One of them is the economic uncertainty caused by the pandemic and its aftermath. Many people are reluctant to return to work or change jobs because they fear losing their income, health insurance, or unemployment benefits. They also worry about their safety and health in the workplace, especially if they have underlying conditions or vulnerable family members. Another factor is the increased competition for jobs. Due to the pandemic, many people lost their jobs or had their hours reduced. This created a large pool of job seekers who are competing for the same positions. Some of them may have more experience, skills, or education than others, making it harder for less qualified candidates to stand out. Some of them may also be willing to accept lower wages or benefits than others, making it harder for employers to offer competitive compensation. A third factor is the changing hiring practices of employers. Many employers have shifted to online platforms and tools to recruit and screen candidates. This means that they rely more on algorithms, keywords, and automated systems to filter and rank applicants. This can create problems for job seekers who may not know how to optimize their resumes or profiles for these systems. It can also create biases and errors that may exclude qualified candidates or include unqualified ones. One of the most frustrating outcomes of these hiring practices is the phenomenon of ghost jobs. These are jobs that are posted online but are not actually available or filled. They may be posted by employers who are just testing the market, collecting data, or building a talent pipeline. They may also be posted by third-party recruiters who are trying to attract candidates for other positions or clients. These ghost jobs can waste a lot of time and energy for job seekers who apply for them and never hear back. HR and hiring practices are another factor that affects job seekers. HR is the function that handles the recruitment, selection, training, and development of employees. HR is supposed to help employers find the best talent and help employees grow and succeed. However, some HR departments or practices are not effective or fair. They may have issues such as reposting positions that are not available or filled, or not providing feedback or communication to applicants. They may also use technology in the hiring process, such as AI or one-way video interviews, that can create problems or disadvantages for job seekers. Wages and benefits are what employers pay employees for their work. They include money, health insurance, retirement plans, and other perks. Wages and benefits matter for both employers and employees. Employers use them to attract, retain, and motivate workers. Employees use them to meet their needs, support their families, and improve their lives. But not all wages and benefits are fair or enough. Some are too low or too high for the work. Some are different or missing for some workers. One argument is that there are many jobs that don't pay enough to live. These jobs have wages below the living wage or the minimum wage. The living wage is the money needed for basic expenses in an area. The minimum wage is the lowest money an employer can legally pay per hour. Some studies show a gap between the living wage and the minimum wage in many places in the US. This means many workers can't afford their living costs with their income. They may work more jobs, get public help, or go into debt. Another argument is that many companies don't hire full-time workers with benefits. These companies hire part-time, temporary, contract, or freelance workers. These workers are called gig workers or contingent workers. Stagnant wages also fail to attract candidates, as pay has not kept up with the skyrocketing cost of living. Jobs paying $7.25 to $15 per hour simply don't provide a livable income anymore for many, especially in expensive urban areas. Employees have become more vocal in demanding compensation that allows them to afford housing, healthcare, transportation, food, and other basics. Until wages reach livable levels, hiring will suffer regardless of high openings. In essence, it's not labor shortages, but wage and benefit shortages that make hiring hiring difficult in many parts of the economy. Employers must recognize this new reality and adjust compensation to align with the cost of living. Only then will they see applicant interest and acceptances increase. On the flip side, job seekers themselves face numerous obstacles that impede their ability to land a position. Many find themselves caught in limbo between being overqualified or underqualified for openings. Their expertise may exceed what an entry-level role requires, but they may lack the years of experience specified for higher-level positions. Lengthy job gaps, career changes, and steep competition also disadvantage applicants. The interview and hiring process itself has become more arduous, with some companies requiring applicants to go through multiple interviews, skills assessments, take-home assignments, and more. Juggling all these demands while potentially unemployed takes a mental and emotional toll. Unethical practices like bait-and-switch tactics, fake job postings, and scams aimed at harvesting users' personal information and payments present further challenges.
They asked for the front and back of my ID, and I was thinking, oh, they just need to identify who I am. I needed this computer, phone, and printer, and then I would have had to use my own credit card information to buy the equipment. So I would have been out $2,500, and they had my banking information now.
Applicants must be vigilant against these schemes to avoid being misled or exploited. In combination, the stress and frustrations of the job hunt affect mental health and deplete motivation over time. Despite persistence, many qualified seekers get worn down by constant rejection. Supporting each other and sharing guidance within applicant communities helps counter the isolation. The last factor that we're going to discuss in this video is the influence of corporate greed on the job market. Corporate greed is the excessive or selfish pursuit of profit or power by corporations or their executives. Corporate greed can have negative effects on the economy, society, and environment. One of the arguments that is often made about the job market is that there is no labor shortage, but a shortage of employers willing to pay decent wages. This means that there are many employers who are not willing to increase their wages or benefits to attract or retain workers. They prefer to keep their profits high and their costs low, even if it means losing workers or customers. One of the ways that corporate greed affects the job market is through the practice of hiring freezes. Hiring freezes are temporary or permanent restrictions on hiring new employees or filling vacant positions. Hiring freezes can be implemented by employers for various reasons, such as saving money, reducing overhead, or restructuring. However, hiring freezes can also be used by employers to manipulate the labor market and create an artificial scarcity of workers. By imposing hiring freezes, employers can create the impression that there are not enough workers available or qualified for their jobs. This can give them more bargaining power and leverage over the workers they have or want to hire. They can use this to lower their wages or benefits, increase their workload or expectations, or reduce their rights or protections. Another way that corporate greed affects the job market is through the reluctance to train people. Training people is the process of providing employees with the knowledge, skills, or abilities that they need to perform their jobs effectively and efficiently. Training people can have many benefits for employers and employees, such as improving productivity, quality, innovation, and satisfaction. Until the unhealthy obsession with margins, cost reduction, and share prices is reformed, the job market will remain tilted in favor of employers rather than applicants and workers. Counterbalancing corporate greed with worker solidarity and collective activism may help shift the paradigm over time. The job market is undeniably challenging for applicants right now for a multitude of reasons. Paradoxical labor data, ghost job postings, flawed hiring practices, overburdening interview processes, lack of training investment, and corporate greed all play a role. While unemployment rates may be low, actually landing a job can be demoralizing and difficult. Persistence and adaptability to new technologies and tactics will help determine applicants stay resilient. On a broader level, pressuring employers and policymakers to address issues like stagnant wages, lack of benefits, and talent development could improve the landscape. With a combination of individual grit and collective action, we can help make the jobs ecosystem fairer. If this video gave you some insight into the complex factors behind why job hunting is so hard, please like and subscribe to Money Shack. Thanks for watching.